friends, Shabbat Shalom, and greetings to you all. Now, it's been quite a week. It's so much centered on one particular day, and it was quite a day. We had a change of season, a solstice, marking the shortest day of the year, and the reminder that more light would enter our lives from that day on. We had a great junction, and we all saw its function. Now, the change in season marked the winter solstice, the Tekuvah Tavat, when the sun enters Capricorn. Tekuvah means turn or cycle, and these dates mark turning points in the progress of the earth. These days have always been celebrated with blessings for the changing seasons and with kavanot, prayerful intentions for crossing from one time to another. And each of these days correspond to a meaning in life. They're talked about in the Talmud. The winter solstice, which we honored this week, is about the search for light. Now, the blessings said for these days go back to the Babylonian Talmud. Blessed are you, Lord our God, who guides the world, who makes creation, whose wisdom changes the times and turns the seasons. As long as the days of the earth endure, planting and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night shall not cease. Blessed are you, divine presence, who blesses the years. We honor the sacred times. And Ecclesiastes tells us that there is a time for everything. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. And it was time to say goodbye to Raphael Berel Ben Asher, Baruch Dayan Ha'amed, who's 96 years. Our notice for us all that spirit never dies, loved and cared for by the sacred loving hands of family. And now another miracle holiday is upon us. We have a new year coming, which I think everybody is looking forward to. So Merry Christmas to all, the second festival of light. We can never have enough light in our lives. Now, the great German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once proposed that God was dead. That's not true. God is alive and all around us, although we often do not notice. But I do not know if the same is true about Yosef ben Miriam. Christmas was once about Jesus, but that was a long time ago. Perhaps a shift has occurred and the thought of Jesus is more dead because Santa is alive. Now, Santa has taken over Christmas because Santa has greater appeal. Santa has no religious affiliation. He comes at Christmas, but he brings rewards to anyone who is good. It's pretty sophisticated behavior modification. Be good, get a reward. That's applicable to all. It doesn't, have a religious barrier to it. I don't see too many new movies that have any reference to Christmas as the birth of Christ or anything to do with Jesus anymore. Now, we know there's no original writings about Jesus or his birth until centuries after the fact. It's been suggested that his birthday was actually moved from March to December simply to tie in to celebrated festivals of the time. And since today, we don't seem to be celebrating Jesus as much as Santa, it's now viewed as a miracle time. And people think of the Christmas miracle. Hey, every Hallmark movie has its Christmas miracle, whatever that happens to be. And maybe it's like a transfer to be more like the point of Hanukkah, which is a holiday devoted to miracles. So now there's more of this joint celebration of miracles and the miracles that we all have in our lives. Now, the second festival of light could just as easily have reverted back to the forebearer holiday, the festival of the Saturnalia, when the solstice celebrated the ascension of Saturn as Capricorn's ruler, celebrated by feasting and gift-giving and increasing light. So Super Saturnalia to one and all. Enjoy the miracles of life. And on top of all that, it was Tally's birthday, and I know her wish is coming true. But whatever we celebrate, let's make sure we also celebrate our coming together as a like-minded group. In the collective consciousness of seekers showing faith and love, a community, a chavura fellowship, expressing our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes, unites us all in this community house of spirit, Beth Ruach, sharing and bringing light and keeping fear at bay. So once again, please do go ahead and invite everybody you know, some physically, the rest digitally, psychically, emotionally, or spiritually, to gather and share from Psalm 133, the Hine Matov. Come together. Hine Matov. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov U'Manayim. שווטרים גם יחד. How good, how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. 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 Together. Let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the world. I hear the dogs calling for community too. Remember, friends, this is you're setting aside just a little bit of sacred time in your sacred space to honor and converse with whoever, whatever you happen to believe in. We all believe in something. It's a part of your Kavanah, your intention that you put out to the universe. It is your goodwill. Let's take some time now. Let's send some of that goodwill, some light and some healing out to whoever you know that needs it. The world needs it. Healing and renewal for everybody. Floats through space, finding those in need. So send it out for those you know and for the souls and spirits of everybody you love. So think of whoever that needs healing and renewal and love, or just plain goodwill. Focus on them. Call their names. It's not just for people. It's for our pets. It's for the earth. It's the healing of the world. The tikkun olam that's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. Let's send thoughts and energy for health and renewal for everybody in need. For those in our hearts and our minds, for Frank and Maria, for John, for Barry, for Dan and Barbara, for Shelley, for Arve, for Helen and Ivan, for Bonita, and for Rosemary. Friends, it is the kindness, the healing wishes, goodwill, and love we all send out. It circles the world finding those in need. So thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care, because the world is a world of spirit, and spirit, my friends, never dies. Shabbat Avotenu Makor Limotenu. May the source of strength bless the one that's before us. Help us find the courage, make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Misha Baruch, let us all have our spirits renewed. This is the great prayer for healing, my friends, in which we call upon God as He has healed before. Misha Baruch, may He who blessed. Because all healing is a blessing. So let's all send and receive healing and renewal energy in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow. Now this week we have the great reveal, and a 2-word sentence that stopped time in its tracks as we read Vayigash, and he approached. Now this is the second last part of Genesis, although it might as well be the last part. And after this the entire Bible changes. Exodus, the book of names, is completely different. It is written by and about someone and something else completely. But we'll get to that in a couple of weeks when we hit it. Now, Joseph had accused his brothers of being spies, and he forced them to go back home. And he told them, don't return without bringing the missing brother, Benjamin. There's a man leads a life of danger. To everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. With every move he makes, another chance he takes. Odds are he won't live to see tomorrow. Remember that from Secret Agent, man? Well, he knows they're not spies. Maybe he could have come up with something better. But this is what we have. And in his inimitable way, Jacob doesn't send them back until again they're out of food. So what if another of his sons is held as hostage? And they do not know how Joseph, this great lord of Egypt, who they do not know is Joseph, may be treating him. Poor Simon. Now the brothers convince Jacob that they have to take Benjamin back with them when he says to go back and get more food. And sure enough, they return to Egypt, and they're waiting to see Joseph. And he watches the interaction of the brothers. He wants to see them. And he himself wants to know what they say, so he spies on them from the wings. Remember, he was a spy when we first met him when he was 17. I look from the wings at the play you are staging, while my guitar gently weeps as I'm sitting here doing nothing but aging. Still my guitar gently weeps. Now he watched them. They were tormented by their fears, knowing they did not know him. They wouldn't recognize him. They didn't suspect anything. They knew the boy they sold. But he, like they, has been aging, and now he was the man that they did not know. They never expected to see him again. But what you will see next week is they may have aged physically, while he aged physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Genesis 45:1. And Joseph could no longer hold himself in check before all who stood attendance upon him, and he cried, "Clear out everyone around me." And he wept out loud, and Egypt heard, and Pharaoh's house heard. Now that's a hell of a weeping. It also tells you how close Joseph is to Pharaoh, in both proximity and in relationship. He can weep, and Pharaoh's entire house hears. Now, we're now ready for the great reveal of the Bible. Then he turns and he speaks to his brothers in their own language. He has spoken to them up until now only through an interpreter, not giving away that he understood. But now he says, Ani Yosef, I am Joseph. How must the brothers have felt? Another huge karmic moment has struck. Genesis 45:5. And he said, I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold into Egypt. God has sent me before you. 2 years now there's been famine in the heart of the land, and there are yet 5 years without plowing and harvest. And God has sent me before you to make you a remnant on earth and to preserve life, for you to be a great surviving group. And so it is not you who sent me here, but God. And he has made me father to Pharaoh, and lord to all his house, and ruler over all the land of Egypt. Joseph saw the pattern of events in the karmic unfolding of destiny. It was not the brothers who did anything. It was God who sent him to Egypt in preparation for saving a nation. He could have held the kind of anger and negativity to the brothers that Jacob held his whole life, but he took after his uncle Esau, who mastered the art of forgiveness. And friends, you can too. Use this season of miracles and forgive yourself for your mistakes. See them as opportunities for learning, a discernment, and patience. Forgive those who've hurt you. Remember, your spirit is a forgiving and compassionate one, so let it out. From slavery, Joseph has become father to Pharaoh. And that's a much more powerful statement than you can imagine, but we would have to rewrite some history to explore that, and perhaps we'll do that another time. Joseph tells Pharaoh about his father, and Pharaoh tells Joseph, send for his father Jacob and his whole household. And we're given a glimpse of the future. Genesis 46:2. And God said to Israel in night visions, right, which is a dream, and he said, Jacob, Jacob. And he said, I'm here. And he said, I am God, your father's God. Do not be afraid of going down to Egypt, because I will make you into a big nation there. I shall go down with you to Egypt, and I shall also bring you up. Now, the double name-calling moment of destiny. We've seen that before. This is the descent of man, the final destination on his fall from the garden. Genesis was the story of the fall of man. Exodus will be the beginning of man's climb back out of the pit. And we know that God himself will bring them back. It's a promise that was made. Yes, the world is sacred, so is everything in it. Express your gratitude, my friends. Light a candle, make a wish. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom, be well, be happy, be blessed. Share and honor the light and all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone. An end to terror and hatred. Remember, friends, we are a community. We learn together, we celebrate each other, we love each other. We share this ride together, men and women equally. So let's send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, healing to all who need it. And please do learn to forgive. Learn to love, including yourself. Open your hearts and honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Take advantage of the time you have. Enjoy the journey. We take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our efforts to grow, to learn, to be, to love. So please do love. Now, bless you all. Have a fantastic week, a week of love and light, a week of peace, a week of miracles. Examine your intentions. Use them to imprint your will on the universe, because we set in motion all that happens in our lives. It is our intention, our Kavanaugh, our cause, our effect. Everything's linked. As I've said, you always have time to forgive and to be forgiven. You have the knowledge of what's good and bad, so acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, and to any person you've wronged, and ask forgiveness. But do so with sincerity, accountability, and vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you as you learn to be forgiving and compassionate, because the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people in the world just as they are? Can you accept life just as it is without trying to control it? If you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. So do not stop your journey. Do not stop moving towards your promised land. It is your home. It's waiting for you. Keep on dreaming. Keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining, keep teaching, keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear. Follow love. It's always in front of you. And remember to have faith and unwavering adherence to principle. Just as I have faith in the principle of love in all of you, act with purity of heart and mind. Despise none, defraud none, hate none. Cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace in this year. And may you nurture kindness and love everywhere you go. Work to be present in the body, my friends. Expand your heart, quiet your mind, because the deepest source of real power lies in your consciousness and the ability to be mindful, to be aware, to be present in all of life's circumstances. Make the most of your time in life. Continue to touch and transform lives around you, because you're never alone. You're forever blessed and have the ability to bring blessings to everybody you meet. Health, love, renewal to everybody you come across. We're all energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Your words are your power to transform, to love, to bless. So be generous with them. Bless others and bless yourself, and love with the heart, because we're all part of a greater whole. And please embrace love, not fear, forgiveness, not anger, and be there for someone, because someone will always be there for you whether you know it or not. Continue to explore faith and belief and what they mean to you, and never accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel, others have felt. Whatever you've experienced, others have too. We share together. We learn together. We help each other. We're each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support. We all have or could have that special someone in our lives, so find them. Tell them what they mean, and remember, you're never alone on your journey to your promised land. Watch your words. They can hurt you, but they can heal you. They can imprison you, but they will free you. Keep forgiving those you need to forgive, and keep asking forgiveness from those that you need to ask forgiveness of. Keep asking for and observing the miracles of your life. They're all around you, and never stop dreaming. And make sure you honor the festivals of light, all of them. And make sure you keep warm these days, because the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Well, thank you for joining me, my friends. Have a great week, a wonderful Christmas. Share the light, practice forgiveness, and be thankful. Be gracious, be kind, be loving, and believe in yourself, and spread a little goodwill to the world. I'll see you all next week when we say goodbye to 2020, and probably for everyone, not a minute too soon. Shabbat shalom and blessings to you all. Take care. Bye.